Video. This video is a video response to Madbadvoodo. Recently, he leveled some criticism against Dr. Paul in regard to his ability to make for a good president. And as some of you can surmise, this video has been shot in Lambdogavision. And if you'll notice some minor differences, this is actually Lambdogavision 1.0. We're doing some of that next level stuff. Also, too, in regards to the title of this video, I should punch myself in the dick for putting one of these controversial and compelling titles in the little bar, like, oh, Shaytak 408 versus 338 Lapua, compelling. You know, where girl's boob flops out while she's shooting a Desert Eagle pistol. Yeah. First, Richard, Colonel Hunter, sir. You and I go way back. I have a great deal of respect for you as both a vlogger and as a citizen. I feel you are a great and fine American, and the things that you have done in your life, they almost exemplify the American dream. I mean, you're like a slice of Americana, and I dig that. For those of you who don't know who Madbadvoodo is, then I don't know what to tell you. He's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber of YouTubers. Recently, he made a video, though, leveling criticisms against Dr. Paul. Now, I am going to ramble along on this video, and I'm not doing it to hole up for Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul doesn't need me to hole up for him. He can stand on his own policies, and he can do what it is that he feels he needs to do to further a process. However, what I do want to do with this video is, Colonel Hunter, you mentioned that you are a historian of sorts, and I also fancy myself a historian of sorts. And although my historical aptitude is for a little bit further back, as far as like Rome and Greek, but every once in a while I'll dibble into the modern times. Other thing to know about me: I am a son of the American Revolution, and also by proxy a son of the Civil War. I'm a native Floridian, and I consider myself a Floridian and an American citizen. Let's see, I took notes too. So anybody who watches Lambdog's videos, listen to me talk about myself in the third person. Anybody who watches my videos knows that when I start doing notes, that's kind of unusual. And it could mean your ass, but I don't think so in this case. But let's see what we got here. President Jefferson and the Barbary Pirates. I like you put that little aside in there about for you Marines knowing about the shores of Tripoli. That wouldn't be so much for the Marines watching, friend, other than the people who aren't Marines watching, because there's a portion of both officer candidate training and basic training where a Marine is taught the history of the warfare of the Marine Corps, from all the way back to colonial times when we were working with the British Navy, all the way through to Grenada or whatever. All of these wars and battles are actually studied, and the Marine Corps we have today stands on the shoulders of those warriors. So yeah, they know about Tripoli, and what could be the case with with Tripoli. And this is also shortly before the time of British impressment of United States sailors. Um, it isn't necessarily warfare so much as you bring an American man of war near merchant shipping, uh, and then should happenstance occur where those ships are engaged, then you repel borders, and so be it. Uh, in international waters, they kind of own the sea, and might has right. In the case of the Barbary Coast, when our resolve set forth, they couldn't do much about it. But I do see your point about Thomas Jefferson, the people that the libertarian types really like to nut hug, uh, doing doing things as commander in chief that you wouldn't expect a freedom person water the tree of tyranny with the blood of the tyrant to do. And please, everybody watching this, put that in your pocket for later. Remember, though, Thomas Jefferson, as commander-in-chief, did some commander-in-chief stuff. For those of you who do not know, the commander-in-chief of the United States Armed Forces is the President of the United States. And when he grants authority for the military to move, which later on now we're going to fast forward to Lincoln, set some precedents about establishing blockades and doing things that are fast. Because in a world of conflict, you need to move fast. And Jefferson did so, and many presidents did so, including presidents who criticized standing presidents for doing so when they were senators, and then later on when they became president, did so. All right, moving right along. Where are we at? We're at Jefferson and constitutionalism. I mean, Jefferson is Mr. Bill of Rights, okay? And he wrote many things about human rights and things of that nature. But when it was his job to be commander-in-chief, he did some commander-in-chief stuff. Where are we at? Self-governance. Self-governance. Dr. Paul and many libertarians are very big on self-governance. Now, recently, Doug Carlton was quoting a small section of a book called The Hologram of Liberty, where, I'm paraphrasing here, General Washington stated that people aren't ready to be self-governing yet. That's a paraphrase, and then in some cases things need to be imposed and there is some force that needs to happen. Personally, I believe that is true. I mean, here we are talking, you and I, and the people listening and those who are interested in such things. However, because we have these thoughts and we have these concerns, we should never for a moment think that everyone has them. The number one error that a person has is assuming that other people have the same thoughts that they do. I assure you they do not. And so it is with self-governance. And that's why I'm not an anarchist. I know it seems like I've been kind of around the block, and I am. I am a fiscal conservative, but a social liberal, if that makes sense. And I'm a registered Republican, and I have no problem with that. Now, I have firearms restrictions here on the notes. And it has to do with what Colonel Hunter said about it's okay for states to employ certain things about firearms. I think that's actually off topic, and that'll be a topic for another time. So I'm going to go ahead and skip over that. A bunch of firearms people all clicking off at the same time. Click! All right. President Madison, father of the Constitution, the head Federalist. Historically, as history judges men like James Madison and Andrew Jackson. How is it, me personally, I'm a big fan of Andrew Jackson, okay? Big, big fan. Possibly my favorite president. And father of the Democratic Party. I like him for various reasons, and that is a video for another day as well. You know what? Just like your videos, I'm going to split this up, and this will be my response to your first video, Colonel. And part two, I will attach to your part two. All right. We'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching.